well for Prophet. If Prophet stays and fights, he's going to go down. Morphling and Templar Assassin with plenty of damage to do that. He does back off, dropping a Dagon and just backing off. But Lanaya, he just heals up, has the bottle, doesn't really mind too much.
Here comes Windrunner.
Oh.
Stalking the Shadow Fiend here. 4 staff. Oh my god, 15 minutes 4 staff. And Mecha for Doc going for Shadow Fiend. And looks like Shadow Fiend is in a very, very big trouble. Power shot. But it will miss.
Well, Windrunner now on the back foot. Swap, stun. Oh, Doc, have you gone too far? He's got his force stuff up in a second. He's going to force out AA ultimate. It does. Well, it looks like the shadow effect lands. He's forced out. The mech isn't up. The cold feet is there. Not enough damage though yet. They'll need a Dagon or some additional damage. He will survive, but that SF was so close. I feel the other big thing for StarsBoba is the Shadow Fiend pick. It doesn't really fit with the rest of their heroes. They're looking to be super aggressive, but Shadow Fiend is a hero who needs to just sit back and farm. He needs to get lots of items up, and right now he hasn't even got treads up.
Yeah, actually that's the crucial mistake for StarsBoba. I think the best hero to pick there was Beastmaster. I think it was more in line with what they wanna do there. But I think they wanted the early Roshan, so I think Shadow Fiend was needed to do that.
Mid lane, big ES ultimate. They get two, both going to Doc. He pops the mech as well, heals up his team following it.
Doc is very aggressive, going for apparition in the 3rd tower, but he goes back.
And it's Rara who picks up the kill. The 3rd kill in that team fight, getting the Vengeful Spirit. These support heroes are just becoming very squishy. VS and AA, I mean, they're good in lane. They made it so they did well in bottom lane, but come now when the Windrunner as well as the Lanaya farm, those two heroes just can't really do much. They're just so squishy. Power shot gets them down to half HP. Lanaya can sort of 2 or 3 shot them with just attack damage, and it's really hard for them to stay in these fights.
Yeah, and another problem for StarsBoba is there are true Agi heroes that will be very, very fat later in the game. Like Morphling and Lanaya is farming very, very well, and I don't know what will it take for StarsBoba to go up against a Lanaya and a Morphling that's very farmed.
Yeah, I mean they can right click them. They've got the physical damage to hurt them because they've got Medallion on side of them. Minus armor is absolutely ridiculous from StarsBoba. VS Aura, VS Howl. Sorry, VS Howl is what I meant. Slaughter's ultimate, Slaughter's Medallion. There's a lot of minus armor, not to mention the Shadow Fiend aura. Shadow Fiend's picked up a Claymore. He's going for a fast Lothar's Edge. A very risky decision. He's still very squishy, and 1 Sentry or 1 Dust, and he will go down.
Yeah, that's true. And looks like Telekinesis there, and oh, nice shackle shot by Doc, and looks like Shadow Fiend will be stealed by Rara.
They were all going for that one. Morphling even waving in, trying to get the kill. Lanaya says, "I'll take that one, thank you very much." And another kill going the way of MSI, and MSI really with a big lead here.
The thing that StarsBoba needs to do here is they need to protect their Shadow Fiend, because if they want to win the game, they really need the farm Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, and he's getting picked off, and look at this. The warding from MSI, they put a ward very aggressive in the enemy side of the map. StarsBoba have their own ward there, so they know it's there now, but it means StarsBoba are stuck sitting in their own base or completely avoiding the enemy team, which is what they're doing now at the bottom lane. They've got all 4 heroes at bottom lane in the enemy jungle because it's the only safe place to farm.
Yeah, that's very true, and looks like the defensive ward is working for them, and they're trying to chase Windrunner in the bottom lane, but the T2 tower on the top lane is being worked out by Morphling, and looks like it will go down on the hands of Doa with no resistance from StarsBoba.
Yeah, StarsBoba, I think they decide they just can't fight it, and we're looking to get a farm or maybe a kill at bottom lane, but they didn't get the kill, and they're going to find themselves getting ganked at bottom. Slider dodges the power shot, but he's still in trouble. VS coming in. VS is just going to be food, though. The Fissure finishes off the Slider. VS now. Lanaya shows up. Well, 1 right click, and down goes about 2/3 of Wrecker's HP. He gets taken out. And StarsBoba, I mean, there's not much they can do, I feel, at this point.
Yeah. It will be hard for StarsBoba to come back in this game, considering that their Shadow Fiend only has a Claymore. Plus their Fury is farming well, but it's not enough to go up against a Lanaya and a Morphling with a Lincoln Sphere. Plus actually everyone is farming well in the side of MSI.
Yeah, I think StarsBoba had a really interesting strategy with the level 1 Roshan and the minus armor, but come mid game, they didn't have enough farm. I mean, you can get kills, you can get the Roshan, they got one tower, but when your heroes aren't farming, you're going to lose later on. You're going to lose those mid to late game fights, which is happening now with Lanaya as well as the Morphling getting very farmed.
Actually, also the thing with MSI is they haven't stopped being aggressive.
Yeah.
They're going kills after kills. Whenever somebody goes out of the map, they just go for it. Looks like ES has a dagger already.
Oh wow. Support ES with a lot of farm. He's going to run right into this Slider here. Replicate up of the ES, and Slider may not realize he does stun it, so we'll see if he can, they're going on the replicate. They throw a lot at this replicate, and now Slider will go down. The fissure hits VS as well. VS, the stun, maybe on cooldown here. Doesn't look like he can stun at the moment. There we go. Wrecker, though, gonna go down as well.
That's a very smooth move by Doa there, replicating ES, pretending that he's Kimo, who went in the fog and went out with a replicate. That's very interesting move.
That was, that probably threw him for a loop. He saw an ES go into fog, he saw an ES come out of fog, he's like, oh, it's the real ES. But no, Morphling had made a replicate, and so tricky
Actually,
play.
that's the thing with Pinoy, sometimes they're very good actors. Even whenever I cast live and somebody's going Roshan, nobody speaks. That's how Pinoys are. So that's a nice move there by MSI.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have
believe it's real.
shoutcasted live. Have you shoutcasted live?
Yeah, a couple times. One couple times here in Thailand. At just recently at some local Dota 1 tournaments.
Have you? What happens to the Thailand people whenever there's someone doing Roshan and they see it?
I agree. It's very quiet. Or sometimes teams will just try to talk normally, but there's a big fight at bottom lane. Lotars is up. Shadowfiend gets off an ultimate, but I don't think it's going to do enough damage. And look at this. Doa, triple kill. The Morphling with so much damage, so much farm. ES will go down. Prophet is just trying to do whatever he can.
Morphling changed stats.
Desolator is up, and the team wipe is complete. They lose too, but they take out everyone.
I don't know if what's happening in Thailand whenever there's someone going Roshan, but here in the Philippines, a lot of people, sometimes they speak and they just act normal.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the crowd in Dota.
No, absolutely. It's one of those things where, at the same time, if you go completely quiet, your opponents think, oh, why are they suddenly all quiet? Why aren't they talking? And why is it so silent? They sort of expect something to be up. So you have to really put on an act for your opponents. And we will see Lanaya. He's putting on a show.
Monster kill, going for vengeful, going for godlike, but Doc does not allow Rara to go godlike, and looks like StarsBoba is in a very, very big trouble here. And shackle shot by Doc going for SF. They don't have a sentry bar, they don't have a dust. But I think this is GG.
Yeah, they get the bottom racks now. Morphling, he's got his Manta Style and Lincoln's at 23 minutes. Windrunner has a Dagon up now, and Dagon 2 in fact. Lanaya with Desolator, Blink Dagger. There's so much farm on all of these main heroes, not to mention the support heroes if you've got an ES with Blink Dagger. I think it's going to be GG. I expect StarsBoba to call it fairly soon. There's nothing they can really do. They just don't have the items. I mean, Slider just with treads. I mean, none of their heroes have any items. I mean, Prophet has a Dagon, Shadowfiend has the Lothar. Those are the only reasonable items they have.
Actually, I think the main turnaround that happened here is the Roshan wherein Morphling got the Aegis. I think that was the most crucial thing that happened in this game, where SB was not able to recover after that incident.
Yeah, if StarsBoba won that fight, it's a different story. They're still in this game and they're still in a position where they can fight. They've got the Aegis, they can push, they can team fight. But instead, they lose a fight, they lose an Aegis, and they find themselves very underfarmed and with no way back in the game. And well, StarsBoba, they've thrown in the towel. Jessica, selling his Dagon, has picked up 7 flying couriers.
So looks like that's the white flag in terms of Dota, buying 7 flying couriers.
Oh yeah, he's gonna TP right into the enemy maybe and summon them. Yep, he TP's in behind Lanaya. Will he actually summon them? There we go.
Oh no, he popped 7 couriers.
It works, it's super effective. They kill Rara And well, where do they go from here? They've got 7 flying couriers. They want to go on the Morphling. Morphling now. He dodges a stun. It looks like he's going to be okay. And Rara says, so lag.
But looks like this spells the end for StarsBoba and MSI, just proving that they're very good, especially here in GEST. They've been very successful in this tournament.
Oh yeah, they really have. I think last month they lost in the first round of the playoffs, but they had a very tough first round opponent. I think they lost to iZone in the first round of the playoffs. So it's one of those things where when you get to the playoffs, a lot depends on where you are in the bracket as to how far you go.
Actually, sometimes it's just a simple count. I can say that it's a counter. Like MSI, for example, only loses to Dreams and iZone. That's the 2 teams that they really find it hard to win. And whenever they meet iZone early, I think that is really troublesome for MSI.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Dreams are another team who in the GST, they haven't done very well at all. They've never got top 3. I don't think they've even got top 4. I think the best they've done is make it to the quarterfinals, but they always lose in the quarterfinals or the first round of the playoffs. And I mean, they lose to teams like iZone, MSI, Pacific.Emaxx. They lose to other Filipino teams, but they've just never had that breakthrough.
Yeah, actually, for me, Dreams' Achilles heel is mostly Mineski and Emaxx. That's the 2 teams that they find it really hard to win against. Maybe because Mineski is very familiar with Jules' gameplay, and also Emaxx. I don't know why, but they usually lose to Emaxx.
Yeah, well, I think lots of teams at the moment are losing to Emaxx. Emaxx is the one team, not only in the GEST, but in like the GMPGL have been winning a lot recently. So no big surprises, as we will see MSI take out StarsBoba. Not probably the expected result somewhat, but StarsBoba, a team who are capable of some great performances. They had a cool strategy, but they will call GG now. And MSI, they get a win, which is they lost. This is the same group as iZone. iZone already beat MSI earlier on today, so this was an important win for MSI to get through to the playoffs, depending on the rest of their results.
Almost double force stuff by MSI. Looks like Doc will go down.
Fire Ghost Scepter. Too slow, too slow.
And the score is 47-12. I didn't notice that was MSI had a very, very big lead.
Yeah, oh yeah, very one-sided game towards the end. Early on, it was definitely anyone's game. Jessica sends in some birds, bit of a bloodbath there. They didn't stand a chance, and it will be game over. MSI go through. I'll try check out some of these other results to see what's been going on with the other matches. A lot of the results are posted on the GEST Facebook page, so for those of you wondering who's been beating who, what is the standings in the group, check the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/GESTIDC. All the various coverage portals such as GoSu Gamers and various other ones, I believe, from some of the Filipino gaming sites as well. Joining me, though, was TryQ from Mineski Events team. That was a cool game.
Yeah, that was nice, but yeah, but it was one-sided. But I really love what StarsBoba tried there. The level 1 Roshan was amazing, but I think it's not enough to win against a 2-time champion.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Even with they get the Roshan, they then get the early lead, but it's a team with MSI. I think you mentioned Kimo has so much experience and is such a good captain. They turn it around with so easily and turn it into a one-sided game, even when they were behind early on.
Yeah, I think wait, I'll get food first. I'll just go downstairs. I'll get some food. What's our next game?
Next game, I believe, is meant to be, I think it's Mineski against SVRES, the team from Cambodia.